Hey everyone, this is going to be a pretty quick video response to dereckvon. How you doing, Derek? He's running a contest. He wants us to talk about why we like music. What is it about music and vinyl? Why we're so affected by it or into it. I want to say right from the beginning, Derek, that I very frequently go over to your channel and check out your videos. I'd like to hear what you're talking about, what you're thinking about, and some ideas you have. Very interesting. And a lot of times I notice you play some of your music in the background, and I'm not just saying this just to appease you, but I honestly like what I hear. And if I didn't feel that way, I wouldn't even bother making the video. And I thought, wow, an opportunity to win his latest album, that would be interesting. So here I am. I know you're going to have a lot of people making you responses, so I don't want to take up too much of your time with this and make it too long. You're going to have a lot of entries. So let me just start by saying that, like a lot of people, I got into music when I was a little kid. My mother had a big collection of 45s, I think, mostly from the 1950s, and maybe the early 60s. And I was so into it. I really liked the format of vinyl, the little records, like a toy to play with and listen to. And I started out, I would have a little bridge table in my bedroom with like 2 or 3 little chairs around. And I had a little Mickey Mouse play phonograph. Had this big, you look like one of those Edison arms on there, tone arms with a needle. And I would want to have relatives when they'd come over. I'd ask them to come into my room when I was like 4 or 5 years old, or 3 years old even, and I would try to play music for them like a DJ almost, and I want them to listen to the music with me. And they were always amazed, these adults, that I always seemed to be able to know what record was which record, even though I couldn't read yet. I always could tell, maybe by the look of the label or the color or how long the title was, which side was which. They got a kick out of that. But I always had music in my blood from that time on. And I came from a family where my father was an alcoholic. Now, I mean, I don't remember a lot of horrendous bad memories or anything, but I think I kind of escaped into music. And as I got older in life, I think I got into movies too, as it's always been my passion and my escape, music and movies. And when as I grew, they were like a backdrop to my life. I mean, I like to listen to music and think what I was doing when I was 7 years old. Some songs take me back to when I was 10 or 12. Others take me back to high school. Now, in later years, I think back when I was 21 and going to clubs when I listen to some of the 80s music. And so I use music also to take me back to things, and also obviously, as I was growing up and I was having some teenage angst, I would listen to certain artists, and they would feel my pain if I was having some problems, I felt like they understood, and I could let out my frustrations that way, or how I felt. So music was always important to me like that. And I think that's why, people I felt like people could relate to me. Now, in recent years, I got back into vinyl. I had given up vinyl. I got rid of my vinyl in the late 80s and early 90s when I got into compact discs. And the way I got back into vinyl in 2011, I've only been back into it for 3 years and been a collector again, is because I was just watching videos here and seeing people spinning and doing needle drops, and I really got into the format and the sound of the format and the warmth of the format, and it came back to me. I could never have appreciated vinyl as much as I have if I hadn't had 25 years hiatus. I think it came back with a vengeance and really made me appreciate what I had taken for granted all my life with records. And not to get too down again about this, but about the time I got into vinyl in 2011, my only sibling, my younger sister, passed away. So I think that it coincided. Getting my resurgence of interest in vinyl, along with the passing of my sister, I think kind of brought me back too. So put it all together, and music is a powerful thing. It affects our emotions. It helps us relate. If I'm feeling down, I could hear a song, and sometimes somebody will understand, or sometimes a certain song will pick me up. And I don't think it's unique, any of this. I think a lot of people have the same feelings. But that's the video. Hope it wasn't too long. Thanks for watching.